On section 5.4, we are going to be asked questions where they want us to express formulas with one variable in terms of another. So 1, 2, and 3 want a formula for w as a function of t. And they give us two functions at the start, where they do give us w as a function, but it's a function of s. And they give us s, and it's a function of t. So I need to, instead of using two functions here, combine these into one function, where I have w equal to some function in terms of t. So I actually don't want to see any s's in my final answer. So for number 1, I'm going to start this by writing the w equation, just that I'm going to use a open parentheses wherever I see an s. So that is the w equation, just with an open parentheses instead of s. And then I'm going to write in the s equation actually in here. So I know that s is equal to t minus 3. So I can plug in a t minus 3 here. So this would be my final answer. If you want to FOIL the t minus 3 out, you could, but you really don't have to. So let me make a note of that. You could FOIL, but you don't have to. Mainly because they're just looking for you to have one function or have w in terms of t. They don't really care about simplifying, they just want it to be some kind of function that you could potentially type into your calculator. For number 2, we have, again, w as a function of t. So I want to start by rewriting w, and then just with blank spaces instead of the s. And then in those blank spaces where we had an s, I want to actually plug in my s function, which is t squared plus 2 and this would be fine for an answer. If you want to simplify it, because it's not that hard to simplify, you could. So w would be equal to t squared plus 2, and this is over t squared plus 3. And that would be your answer. Lastly, number 3, I'm going to start by having the w function, and wherever there's an s, I'm going to put in open parentheses, and then inside those open parentheses I want to put what the s function is equal to. So t over t minus 1. And that'll be our final answer. So again, notice in the final answers we have w, and it's equal to some kind of equation which only uses t. There's no s's.